What's going on, Chemical Guys crew? Today we have for your viewing pleasure my 1998 Chevy S10. Now I recently picked up this car, and in our last video I showed you guys how to properly polish up any of the chrome or exposed metal pieces. And like I said, the car was sitting outside for a long time. It was never in a garage, so it's one of those vehicles that sits outside all the time. And just to show you, the paint is fully contaminated with fallout, oxidation, and anything else that gets stuck in the pores of the paint, giving that rough feel and also a rough look. So you can see it's kind of got this dull finish. So what we're going to do here is we've already washed it to strip away any old layers of possible waxes, which I doubt this car has. And then we're also going to show you how to properly clay it today using a medium clay bar, which we've already kneaded up into a small patty about the size of 3 fingers. We're also going to be using some clay luber. I'll just show you, just working back and forth here. This is going to get really dirty really quick. But if you're new to clay bar, what this is doing is it extracts any of the contamination or fallout that's stuck in the pores of the paint. You can see all that brown runoff. But this is a key step in the detailing process, especially if you're planning on polishing the vehicle. And the reason being that this is going to help you achieve the best results. I'm going to get a towel because just look how dirty this is. But this will help you achieve the best results because now you're not going to grind in any of the abrasive particles or any of the filth back into the paint, which causes micro scratches or pigtails. Or if you're going to skip that step and go on to applications of glaze, sealant, or waxes, or you're putting on a coating, you don't want to lock this kind of junk in there, so you want to make sure that you clay it first, and this is going to give you a nice smooth finish, and it's also going to make it a better finish overall because now there's not going to be the fallout in your pad, which could again scratch up the paint even worse, or else you could lock it in there, which gives you, for one, it's not going to bond very well, and two, it's going to just look awful. So clay bar, it's kind of a tedious step, but it's a very necessary step to get your car looking its best. So for today's demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how to properly clay this section of the hood here, and we're also going to polish it to revive that shine and restore the gloss. It's important to keep it lubricated though, because that's what causes marring. Marring is the collection of micro scratches in one generalized area, which makes your paint look very cloudy. Ah! So as you're clay barring, you see that the clay bar gets really brown and dirty because it's collecting all the contamination from the vehicle. That's why you want to roll it and knead it until you can't find a clean edge. A lot of guys ask how often or when do you have to replace this? And again, if you can't find a clean edge or if it feels really gritty, then it's just time to throw it away. But that's why we recommend cutting this up into 2 or 3 pieces. This way you have some clay bar left over for the rest of the job. And also, if you should drop this, it's just like a piece of gum where it'll hit the ground, it collects all that kind of dirt and rocks, and you can't bring that back to the vehicle, you have to throw it away. So pulling up a small piece, not only effective for your pocketbook, but it's also going to make it easier for the rest of the detailing job. But now you see here the vehicle is nice and smooth, so now we're going to move on to the actual polishing step. We're going to be doing a 2-step because this car is over 20 years old, and I'm pretty sure it was a single stage paint. So we're going to just remove the oxidation and then just jewel that. So we're going to use 2 of the least aggressive approaches, being an orange Hex-Logic pad with V36, which is a cutting polish, and then we're going to refine it with a white Hex-Logic pad and V38. With the face. So now we're moving on to the polishing step. We're going to be using V36. As I mentioned, we've already clay barred the vehicle to remove all the contaminants that were in the pores of the paint, giving this really slick finish. And then we wiped it down with a wipeout just to ensure that there wasn't any lingering kind of residue or any kind of dirt. So now we've got our Torque 22D, which has the largest throw, and also it's on a 6-inch pad because this truck has a lot of flat panels. And this is going to save us a lot of time and effort. Start by applying 5 dime-sized drops, or the size of 1 hex. And this is one of our dual action polishers, which means it oscillates and also rotates in counter directions. as opposed to a rotary where it would be in one singular direction. And we're also going to apply a little bit of pad conditioner, which helps to moisten the pad. This is helping it last as long as possible. This also reduces some of the friction that causes pads to wear out fast, and it also helps kind of cut down on any of the dusting. But we'll start here on this section, and what I like to do is I work from the center out in a 2 by 2 foot section, which is about your shoulder width apart. And on the lowest speed setting, we're going to spread this out, and then on the highest speed setting, when we're using our dual action polisher, that's how we're going to refine the compound or polish that we're using, and it's also going to refine the paintwork. But a couple things to keep in mind is you want to make sure that the pad is completely flat and also that it's spinning at all times. This way it ensures that it's actually breaking down the chemical that you're working with, and this way you're actually getting a correction or a polish out of it. And also you want to make sure that it's not dipping or diving too much. And as well, you want to make sure that the machine is constantly moving about 1 inch per second. That's going to be your arm speed. And then you want to work it until your chemical or your product goes completely clear or translucent. And then you can buff off any of the excess and then you'll check your work. So as you saw, the polish went basically clear, and we're wiping it away with a clean microfiber towel just to check our work, but now the surface is really slick. Even after the clay bar feels smooth, but now it's going to be really smooth, and this is the time where you can either leave it at this level of shine, or you can further refine it, which is what we're going to do using V38, and then we can move on to our actual coating process, such as it could be a ceramic coating, it could be a glaze sealant wax combination, just something to make sure that we're going to protect the surface, because now that we've refined it, we've also exposed a fresh layer of clear coat, which means that all kinds of contamination can quickly clot this up, giving that rough feel very quickly. So it's important to put some type of protection on there before, going out into the elements or leaving it parked outside. But the same process is what we're going to use using the V38. But in the meantime, you guys can check out these products on our website, chemicalguys.com. If you liked today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear what you guys want to see me do to this truck, or if you have any, recommendations, or if anybody wants to donate a cowl hood, that'd be great. But if not, still give it some love. Drop your comments down below. We'll see you guys next time.